By the way, did you know that the Trump family is set to benefit from a $2 billion deal with a foreign government? I did not, but the New York Times broke this story, and this is what the story is. A United Arab Emirates-backed fund, a fund from the UAE, is buying $2 billion worth of a digital coin created by the Trump-owned platform World Liberty Financial. Basically, this is a huge windfall for the company, where the president is listed as its chief crypto advocate, along with his sons, plus Trump's Mideast envoy, Steve Witkoff. He's a co-founder, along with Witkoff's sons, and that guy Chase, recall, with the backwards hat. We covered this Friday. Some people are worried about the conflicts of interest here because Trump is a stakeholder in something he also is a chief regulator of. And Democratic Senator Adam Schiff of California, he was calling out the president on this contradiction even before this latest transaction was announced. Take a look.
It's all out in the open. It's not being hidden. And in a way, that really serves to conceal the magnitude of this graft, because people were tempted, I think, to feel, hey, if he's doing it openly, it can't be corrupt. But actually, it can. And this, I think, is one of the most massive corruption schemes that we've seen in modern history.
When we reached out to World Liberty about the $2 billion deal, the company called it, quote, the single largest ever investment in a crypto company, but did not respond to questions about how much the Trump family would profit from it. The White House told us, quote, to report on something people actually care about. Joining us now is somebody who's been wasting his and the public's time at the New York Times, who helped break this story along with Eric Lippin, David Yaffe-Bellany. David, very nice to have you here. It's an expansive piece. It's on the front page of the print edition of the Times, and you write, in part, virtually every detail of last week's deal contained a conflict of interest. Explain that to us.
Yeah, it's really pretty astounding. President Trump's Middle East envoy, Steve Witkoff, has a son named Zach Witkoff, who helps run the Trump family crypto company. And he went on stage in Dubai and announced that a venture capital firm backed by the government of Abu Dhabi was spending $2 billion on a cryptocurrency that the Trump crypto firm created. The way this deal works is a little bit complicated. It's not like, $2 billion goes to the Trump family and they can just spend it on whatever they want. It's sort of the equivalent of like a bank deposit by that Abu Dhabi entity. And so some of that money can be kind of invested by the Trump family and they can collect a yield from it. But in effect, you've got the government of a foreign country, funneling money to the Trump family.
So, David, during the president's first term, he refused to divest from his businesses and properties. But what is different about this versus a foreign entity investing in a Trump real estate project, a Trump hotel, for example?
I mean, it's a similar type of phenomenon. What's really different now compared to the first term is that the amount of money involved is orders of magnitude larger. There's, multiple Trump cryptocurrencies out there. One of them has been sold to the tune of about $550 million. A big chunk of that revenue goes to a Trump family business entity. In this case, you've got a $2 billion investment by a foreign government, money that the Trump family can kind of use to generate yield that could be in the tens, even hundreds of millions of dollars long term. And so, this is really, a significant departure even from the first term.
David, is it possible that the Trump meme coin is in fact worth $2 billion on its way to something even far greater than that, and this is merely a business investment?
So, I mean, the Trump meme coin, that's even a separate type of cryptocurrency from what we've been talking about. Its actual value, if you were to try to kind of cash in your meme coins for money is sort of questionable. But
David,
every time somebody uses.
David, I'm glad you pointed out that it's a different thing, because clearly even people who've been covering this on multiple days in a row are struggling to follow. So then how is it a different thing? Because we've been talking about the meme coin. Now we're talking about the platform, but aren't the platforms and the coin related?
Sure, I'll break it down for you. So there are three types of Trump cryptocurrency that you have to know about. One is the Trump meme coin. So this meme coin doesn't have any functionality besides speculation, and it's called $Trump. He launched it a couple of days before his inauguration. A lot of people bought it up. It can be kind of actively traded. So that's sort of one bucket, one type of Trump cryptocurrency. The other two are related to a company that the Trump family started called World Liberty Financial. The first of those two is a coin called WLFI, and that's a cryptocurrency that's kind of linked to this new kind of crypto-style bank that World Liberty Financial is supposed to be creating. So that's the second type of cryptocurrency. The third is also developed by World Liberty Financial, and it's known as a stablecoin. And this is a special type of cryptocurrency that, unlike Bitcoin or all the other coins you've heard about, doesn't fluctuate in price. It maintains a value of $1. And it's useful to traders in the crypto world because, if you're conducting a large transaction, it's easier to be using something that doesn't fluctuate, like a stable coin. So those are the three types of Trump coins. They all do slightly different things.
Yeah. I'm just saying, David, you're doing the Lord's work, keeping all of this straight and helping inform us. I do have a question. Does this break any rules or laws? And then are there any means that people like Adam Schiff, who clearly opposes this and many others on ethical grounds, have to try to fight it?
The conflicts of interest laws don't apply to the president. I mean, he's sort of allowed to do this to some degree, though it's obviously a complete shattering of historical norms with really no precedent in modern American history. In terms of what people like Senator Schiff can do, there's legislation pending in the Senate kind of governing the crypto world. And there's been an effort by some lawmakers to insert language into that legislation that would prevent the president from personally profiting from certain crypto activities. So that's one option that critics of the administration are pursuing.
David, we're so grateful for your reporting.
But really quickly, David, I'm sorry. So the UAE-backed fund puts all this money in. What do they get back in return? So if it's an effort to buy influence, what are they influencing here? And how do we track that as a member of the public?
So it's difficult to say, there's a explicit quid pro quo here. But what we know is that the UAE is depositing $2 billion with the Trump family crypto business. In return, they're receiving this Trump family stablecoin, and then they're using that stablecoin to complete a business transaction. Now, that stablecoin, this new cryptocurrency, it doesn't have any history. It doesn't have any, kind of track record in the crypto world. It's brand new. And so the only reason, theoretically you would want to use it is because of an association with the Trump brand. And so it's clear that that is a benefit that the Abu Dhabi government gets from using this technology. In terms of what the government gets in return from that, I mean, that kind of explicit quid pro quo is hard to show, at least so far, but the conflict of interest is clearly there.
We know you'll be covering it closely. David Yaffe, thank you so much.